What if I told you that in less than a minute, you could run 3 simple tests right here at home that might reveal hidden clues about your risk of stroke? I know, it sounds almost too simple. Most of us think strokes strike without warning. One day you're fine, the next day, everything changes. But the truth is, your body often gives us little signs, quiet signals, long before anything serious happens. And here's the good part. These aren't medical tests with machines or needles. These are things you can do standing in your living room. No special equipment, no doctor's office. Just you and 10 or 20 seconds of your time. Now, don't worry, I'm not here to alarm you. I'm here to show you how to spot these signs and, more importantly, what you can do if one of the tests feels difficult. Because the encouraging news is, even if you struggle at first, there are steps we can all take today to improve our balance, protect our brain, and keep our independence as the years go on. So stay with me because over the next few minutes, I'll guide you through 3 powerful little tests. Each one can tell us something different about our health, and I think you'll be surprised by what they reveal. Now, you might be wondering, why do these little tests matter so much? After all, if I feel fine, isn't that proof enough that I'm healthy? Here's the challenge. Strokes are sneaky. They don't always give us obvious warnings. In fact, many people who suffer a stroke will tell you that the day before, they felt completely normal. That's what makes it so frightening. But here's the hopeful side. Your body often gives quiet hints before anything major happens. The trouble is, most of us don't know how to notice them. These tests are like shining a flashlight into the dark corners of your health. They don't diagnose, of course, that's your doctor's role, but they can uncover signs that something deeper might be going on. And here's what makes this even more important for those of us over 50. As we age, changes in balance, muscle strength, and even how steady we hold our arms can reveal far more than just fitness. They can be early windows into the health of our brain and blood vessels. Think of it this way. If your car makes a strange sound, you don't wait until the engine dies to check it out. You pay attention early. These tests work the same way. They help us catch those quiet whispers from the body before they turn into something louder and harder to fix. All right, let's start with the first test. It's called the arm drift test, and it only takes about 10 seconds. Here's how to do it. Stand or sit comfortably. Stretch both arms straight out in front of you, palms facing up. Now, close your eyes and just hold that position for 10 seconds. While you're doing this, here's what we're watching for. If one arm starts to sink, or it trembles, or it feels weaker than the other, that's something worth paying attention to. Why? Because sometimes when the brain has had a tiny interruption in blood flow, what doctors call a mini stroke or TIA, you won't feel pain, you won't notice dizziness, but subtle changes can appear in your strength and control. The arms can tell the story long before the rest of your body does. And here's the surprising part. Many people who show this sign still feel completely fine. They might even laugh it off as just being tired. But in reality, this little drift could be your body's way of saying, hey, something's not right. Check it out. Now, don't panic if one arm felt a bit shaky just now. It doesn't mean a stroke is guaranteed. What it does mean is that it's wise to take note. And if this happens often, especially with other symptoms like slurred speech or sudden imbalance, it's time to call your doctor right away. The important thing is this. Catching even these tiny hidden clues can make a world of difference. Because with stroke, minutes matter, and early action saves lives. Now let's move to the second test, and this one is fascinating. It's called the one-leg balance test, and you can do it right now. Here's how. Stand tall, place your arms gently at your sides, and when you're ready, lift one foot off the ground. Keep your eyes open, and see if you can stay balanced for 10 full seconds. Go ahead and try it. You might even want to have a chair or a wall nearby for safety. So, what does this little challenge tell us? Researchers followed over 1,700 people between the ages of 50 and 70 for years, and they discovered something striking. Those who could hold their balance for 10 seconds had a much lower risk of death during the study. Only about 4.5% of them passed away over time, but for those who couldn't make it to 10 seconds, the risk jumped to 17%. That's an 84% higher risk of dying during that period, just from failing a 10-second balance test. Now, before you get worried, let's put this into perspective. This isn't about perfection. Falling short doesn't mean your time is ticking. What it does mean is that balance is more than just standing on one leg. It's connected to strength, coordination, circulation, even how well your brain and nervous system are working together. Think of this test as a mirror of your overall vitality. It's not just about balance, it's about the hidden connections between your muscles, your blood vessels, and your brain. And if this test felt tough, that's simply your body's way of saying, let's pay a little more attention here. And the best news? Balance, just like strength, can be trained and improved at any age. Now, if you're ready for a little extra challenge, let's take this balance test a step further. This time, we're aiming for 20 seconds on one leg. So go ahead, lift one foot again, arms relaxed at your sides, and see how long you can stay steady. Here's why this longer test matters. A team of researchers in Japan studied more than 1,400 people with an average age of 67. And what they found was remarkable. Those who couldn't hold their balance for 20 seconds were far more likely to have what doctors call silent brain changes. What does that mean? Tiny strokes you may not even notice, small blood vessels in the brain that have been damaged over time. On the outside, you might feel fine, but on a brain scan, those who struggled with balance often showed more of these hidden injuries. And here's the powerful part. People who had already suffered a stroke often had real trouble with this simple test. In other words, your balance isn't just about muscles. It can actually reflect what's happening deep inside your brain. Think about that for a moment. Just by standing on one leg, your body might be telling you how healthy or how stressed your brain's blood vessels really are. Now, if you couldn't hold 20 seconds, don't feel discouraged. This isn't about passing or failing. It's about awareness. Because once you know, you can take steps to protect your brain, improve your balance, and lower your risk for the future. So let's say one of these tests felt difficult for you. Maybe your arms didn't stay level. Maybe you wobbled at 5 seconds, or you couldn't quite hold 20. What now? First, take a deep breath. Struggling with these tests does not mean a stroke is certain. It simply means your body is giving you a message. And the wonderful part is, you can do something about it. Here's a few simple steps you can start right away. Begin with balance practice. Stand near a chair or countertop and lift one foot for just a few seconds at a time. Over days and weeks, your balance will improve. Add gentle strength moves. Squats to a chair, light resistance bands, or even walking up a few stairs can keep your muscles and circulation strong. And don't forget the basics that protect your brain and blood vessels. Keeping your blood pressure in check, watching your blood sugar, eating colorful fruits and vegetables, moving your body every day. Think of it like training a muscle. Every time you practice, you're not just working on balance, you're building a safety net for your independence, your memory, and your future. The key message is this: no matter your age, improvement is possible. I've seen people in their 60s, 70s, even 80s regain balance they thought was lost forever. And every little step you take builds resilience for tomorrow. So let's bring this all together. In just a few minutes, you've learned 3 simple tests you can do at home. The arm drift test to check for hidden changes in strength. The 10-second balance test, a mirror of your overall vitality. And the 20-second balance challenge, which may reveal clues about your brain's blood vessels. Each one takes only seconds, but together they give you powerful insights into your health. Now, here's the takeaway I want you to remember. These tests aren't about fear. They're about awareness. They give us a chance to listen to our bodies, to act early, and to keep building the strength and balance we need for the years ahead. Because independence, memory, and energy, those are things worth protecting. And the encouraging truth is, at our age, it is never too late to make progress. So here's my invitation. Try these tests today and then share your experience in the comments. Did you make it to 10 seconds? 20? Did one side feel stronger than the other? Let's talk about it. When we share, we learn from each other, and together we stay stronger. Thank you for joining me. Keep moving, keep practicing, and remember, your best years can still be ahead.